Welcome back, friends. This is our final video. I'm going to take you through the remainder of the math problems that are in our packet. Again, school ends on Thursday. You can work on your own pace. You can work on some of these during the summertime if you want a little bit of a review, but I'll put this video up so you will have the resource available to you. So here we go. All right, it says compare the numbers in each problem two different ways. Remember when we had that comparison symbol in class, you had that picture of the alligator eating, the mouth opens towards the biggest one. So in the first example, it says 250 and 200. So on the first one, you would start with 200 on the line because 200 is smaller than 250. So 200 is less than 250. On the second line, you're going to put the 250 first and have the open symbol aim towards the 250 because 250 is greater than. So 250 is greater than 200. So you'd write 200 on the second line. You're going to do that for each of the problems listed below. Lots of comparison problems. You guys were great at those. When you get to number 13, it says, what strategies did you use to compare the numbers? So how did you know which one was greater, which one was less? All right, on our next page, on page 21, it says the answers are mixed up at the bottom of the page. Cross out the answers as you complete the problems. Now, again, this is the kind of math we were doing right before we left for remote learning. So we do have some 3-digit addition problems. Remember, you're going to add the ones, you're going to add the tens, you're going to add the hundreds. Remember, be careful in case you are making any new groups of 10. So for example, when you get to problem number 2, you have 9 ones plus 4 more, that's 13 ones. So you'd have the 3 at the bottom, and you'll have a new group of 10 that you'll count in your 10. So it'll be 5 tens plus 3 tens plus the new group of 10 that you made. So make sure that you do that regrouping in your problems as you're working. Okay. When you get to the next page, it says you're going to look at the hundreds digit in each problem. Circle those that have a sum greater than 500, and then write the exact sums of only the problems you circled. Okay, so you're going to find out the ones that will have answers greater than 500, and then you'll only have to do those problems that have the answers greater than 500. So there will be some problems that you won't have to do today. All right, when you get down to number 16, it says, how do you know that 361 plus 283 is greater than 500 without finding the sum? So how would you figure that out? Okay, when you get to the next page, it's called regrouping tens to ones. It says circle all the problems where you must regroup a 10 to subtract the ones. Then find the differences for only the problems you circled. So there's some problems, again, that you won't have to do because you haven't circled them. Okay, so regrouping. So for example, in problem number 1, you do have some regrouping there because you have 5 ones and you're taking away 6 ones. If you have 5, you cannot give away 6, so you have to do some regrouping there in the problems. You only have to do the problems where there are regrouping today. Okay? Number 16 says, how can you tell by looking at the problems if you need to regroup a 10 to subtract the 1? So how do you know? Okay, when you get to page 24, it's called regrouping hundreds to tens. It says the answers are mixed up at the bottom of the page. Cross out the answers as you complete the problems. So again, you're going to do some subtraction. Be careful. Watch to see if you have any regrouping that you need to do in the problems because it might need to happen. So make sure that you're checking closely and thinking about your problems. Okay. And finally, on page 25, it says adding 4 2-digit numbers. And so again, you're going to look for numbers that are easier to add together. So in problem number 1, they're showing you that they're adding 29 plus 21 because it made one of those numbers that ends in a 0. It made 50. 34 plus 36 makes 70. And then you can add up 50 plus 70. Make sure you write the total on the line. You're going to do that for each of the problems, finding the numbers that are easiest to add together first to help you solve the problems. When you get to number 11, it says explain how you found the answer to number 8. So what are the steps that you did to solve problem number 8? Well, that does it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of your packet. And so thank you for all your hard work during this remote learning time. I know it has been difficult. Thank you for those of you who have been able to stick with it throughout the time. It will definitely help you as you start your third grade time next year. And so we look forward to being back at school and meeting with you next year. Thank you to all the parents that have been helping out at home. We appreciate all your help. All right, thanks for tuning in. When we will see you next time.